Shy Yeti.
How are you? Hope you're fine. This is the Shy Yeti Show.
Okay, away you go.
Why have I got horns?
Oh no.
Oh, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh, there's going to be some drama ahead.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Boy, he's not all that shy is right. Gee.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, Paul.
13.
Quack, quack.
I dare have it done.
713.
713. Bonjour et bienvenue au podcast The Shy Life.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shy Life Podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How you doing? I'm all right. So, what's this episode going to be about? Well, it's an exciting one. It's one of our diary episodes, but it's a diary episode where we've got a special guest coming into London town. Yep. Now, technically, he's been on the show many times. He's been here with me on the show many times, but we're lifting the curtain this time. So let's be honest, he hasn't actually been in the same room as me, and this will be the first time he has. So who is it? Well, it's Grizzly, Mateusz. Yes, he's coming to visit to London, and I'm going to show him around. Actually, this is going to be the first of a two-part episode, but the second part is a little bit different, maybe a little bit more fictional. So what you're getting in this episode is the actual diary, what actually happened, and I'm recording it just before I head to the hotel. I'm way early. Mateusz is still in Poland at the moment, but anyway, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun episode, so let's run the theme music, and when we come back, well, I'll report back. I'll probably be in the hotel waiting for him by that stage. Yes, we'll see. All right, run that theme music.
Darling, it's the Shy Life Podcast.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Good, but it's a positive thing, Paul. The highlights, the Shy Life.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
Hello, campers. How are you?
Oh,
Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. I think he has.
I love the Yeti test. It's my favorite thing.
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Yeah, I'm strangely drawn to Yeti Uncle John's ankles as well.
I could eat my body weight in crisps.
Has anyone seen my hot sausage?
It's all gooey and meaty and yum, 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 yum.
I don't think I'm ready to speak about it. Here comes the Grizzly. Hi there.
It's the Shy Life Podcast.
I can't wait for it to begin.
I like that. Yeah.
Marvelous, Paul.
Oh dear, I can't believe that old bag is still around.
Hi listeners, I said I'd be responding or whatever, talking to you once I got to the hotel, but actually I'm on the train at the moment, so I thought I'd say hi. Everything's going fine, train's on time. Grizzly, stroke Mateusz. I think I should call him Mateusz. Like in the first episode and Grizzly in the second. So you know the difference. So Mateusz isn't leaving. No, Mateusz is about to leave his flat back in Poland. So that's how early I am. But anyway, I can chill out in the hotel room and do some editing and yeah, be ready for his arrival. But anyway, I won't stop long. But yeah, hopefully next stop will be the hotel room like I promised. All right. More in a moment. Hi listeners, I'm in the hotel room. I guess I made it here. Oh dear, oh dear. It's actually a pretty good timing because it started to rain. But anyway, I've got quite a lot of time to kill because obviously Mateusz doesn't get here until about midnight. Well, that was what I thought. Hi, Mateusz. How are you?
I'm fine.
He's here, listeners. He's actually here. Oh, I've got a whole story to tell you. It was his surprise. He said he had a surprise for me, but he's buying me like food and things anyway. So I just thought it was another thing maybe. And he kept asking like what time I was arriving, but you know, and well, do you want to say anything? What? So you didn't come on the plane that you were supposed to. You already knew that. Tell the story, and then I'll say my side.
So I switched my flight for like 3 years.
3 years. Like you predicted. Well, you are a very wise person.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago, because I was like, no, I'm going to surprise him. I'm gonna catch up him on the train station, and then we go together for a pizza or something. So I was like, okay, I need to make him know that I'm at work. So I have not to speak about my switching flights, and I'm a Scorpio. It was a painful.
Well, yeah, listeners, you know about the secret episode. It's not a lie. It's a truth. I never even mentioned in that episode how I gave away the location of Nick's stag do that I was arranging to Nick by accident, because I'd been so busy talking to everybody about it that I forgot that he was the person I shouldn't be talking. So yeah, Scorpios are bad at secret keeping. But you can tell us your secrets. It's fine. We won't broadcast it on the show.
Maybe
we will broadcast it on the show. So because we played Fortnite yesterday afternoon. So I knew that you were home then. But yeah, you did say you were going to work. So, I'll ask you. No, you tell me how your journey here was pretty smooth-ish.
Kind of. I woke up at the same time I was going to work, so I just wrote to you, hello, it's today the day, so you had a timestamp, so you could believe I'm at work.
Yeah.
And then I went to the airport, and it was a bit weird because the check-in for passport control was closed when I arrived, so I had to wait for them. Okay. Yeah. Then there was a lot of babies in my plane, but luckily no screaming. But I accidentally sat in the bad row, so I had to squeeze by through the people to my correct place, and plane was already full and crowded because I guess a lot of people were getting back from the holidays now, so the plane was fully booked.
And also, it's always nicer to travel during the day if you can, rather than a late flight.
Yeah, definitely. Especially that being here around midnight when I don't know the city and I'm afraid of flying, and after the work day it would be like painful, and I'm already tired now.
At one point there was supposed to be train strikes. Well, there is train strikes today, but actually you noticed, probably because you're already in the country, that the trains had gone from 2 an hour to 4 an hour. I often say that the train on my line is better on a strike day than it is on a normal day. Usually you're going to get 2 trains, and they all stopped at Wimbledon, so And I got a bit lazy because I've had my knee has been a bit playing up, and typical that it been now, but hopefully it wasn't as bad today. But I didn't sleep that well, and Dealey kind of found out I was leaving, and he was like very cross and made it hard to get ready because he slept for a bit, but then I kind of had to go back. I decided I'm actually going to be quite hungry, I think, because Toby wasn't feeling well, so he didn't do any lunch. So I just had a small lunch, and I was taking it very slowly because there was no need for me to be here as far as I was concerned. So I was going to go about 2:45. In the end, I went at 3:45. Is that right? But I went back about 2 different. I sort of said I'm going to leave at 3:15, and then I decided I was kind of ready to go. I would have had to have rushed for the 3:15, but well, actually I could just sort of chill out for 20 minutes. Yeah. So because I had my bag with me, I didn't want to go. Well, I thought, well, I need some food, but I don't want to go into the supermarket really. But there's a little Greg's. There's a Greg's, the baker's, an actual bigger Greg's, but there's also a smaller Greg's inside Wimbledon Station. And I just got some sausage rolls and some donuts, which turns out I don't really need, but who knows? Maybe we don't quite know how big our dinner's going to be tonight. So, we'll find a way of eating them as long as we don't leave them for too long. So I don't think we haven't got a fridge, have we? Have we got a fridge?
No.
No, we'll have to eat them. They're not big. They're not massive sausage rolls. We might want them as an hors d'oeuvre before we go down.
Yeah.
We'll see. Donuts will definitely keep. Sausage rolls we want to eat today, really. Because otherwise, I always think if I'm hungry, I'll pig my food down if I'm hungry. I'd rather eat it when I'm not super hungry, if you know what I mean. Anyway, by the by, I was sitting out, because of my energy levels, I kind of tend to do things in little jumps. I'll sort of sit down, then I'll look ahead and think, oh, there's another seat over there, so I'll go to that bit, and then anyway, I was sitting on the seat texting Mateusz about being here, and suddenly he comes up behind me and puts his hand over my eyes, and I probably wasn't as shocked as, I don't know, did you think I was less shocked than you thought I would be, or did you think about it? I don't know.
I was like, whatever.
You found me, so...
Yeah, I found you. At that moment, I didn't care. I just wanted to find you.
There was a little bit of confusion because there are two entrances or two exits to Wimbledon. I always come out the front exit because I know there are seats there, and I kind of knew that there was that Greg stand, and so you weren't sure if I'd overtaken you and got to the hotel, so you were rushing about with your suitcase, and then you realised from something I said that I was sitting outside the main entrance. And
I didn't know that it's the main entrance. I was circling about that station a few times because first I was waiting for you at the main exit. Then around the arrival of your train, I asked some staff that if there is the only exit, then they said me, no, there is another one, and that one was closer to the elevators, and I was like, damn it, he went that way. Okay, run. I'm gonna spot him. He's big. Okay? No, I can see him. Okay, running. How to get to the hotel and Google Maps. Okay. Where is that hotel? I couldn't find the hotel. Okay, when I was on the opposite side of the street near to the hotel, you wrote me. I'm sitting on the bench. And I was like, okay, run again.
He's got a big yellow suitcase. Listeners, it's not mostly full of things from me. But so yes, we found each other and came to the hotel. Had to sit down a couple of times, but it's a little further than I imagined it being. Slightly close. I could see it was on the end of a block, but I was thinking that it was close, a little bit closer, but it's not that far. And there's actually restaurants sort of underneath us, and there's a restaurant in the hotel which we're just going to go to today because it's we don't need to go out, especially if it's raining. Although I don't know, it's brightened up now. We've got quite a good view. We're on the 6th floor. It's not bad. I haven't properly looked at the view, but at least we're not looking at dustbins or another building or
only rooftops.
Yeah, only rooftops. But I might know whether any of them are of importance. But also the reception, was it the reception level? So it had something about Roger Federer because we're near Wimbledon, and friend of the show Gianluca is a big fan of Roger Federer, and so I don't think I'll have to say, oh, we've just seen Roger Federer. Oh, we've seen a sign that has his name anyway. But anyway, well, we will report back in a bit, probably when we're eating, to report on the food. Tomorrow we haven't... Yes?
One bit more.
One bit more? Go on.
Yeah. the worst part of the whole trip is that I had to take the plane.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of heights and flying. You exactly know, because I was panicking for the last month. I'm gonna die and plane crash. But because of the strikes in the London, even Magic Train doesn't work in England, so I couldn't take it.
Yes.
And it took the spaceport, so you couldn't send it for me, so I had to go like some regular people by the plane.
Well, this is true. This is definitely true. Actually, this bit probably should go in the other episode, but never mind. We can do it again. This is the real life episode where we've never actually met in person before, rather than the other episode, which, listeners, we're very confusing on the Shy Life podcast.
Yeah.
I was going to say that also, because you were hinting that something like there was a surprise for me, and I was trying to work out what it was. I thought maybe you'd paid for like a meal for me.
Yeah, I was trying to push you in that idea that I ordered you a pizza or something in the hotel, so don't buy the food before I get there.
Yeah, so you knew, because I knew you would know that I wouldn't necessarily have food with me, and you said don't get any extra food, by which time I'd already got some extra food, but also I kind of thought, well, you wouldn't have ordered me a taxi, because we're so close, even though it is a bit of walking, it's too close to get a taxi from the station. Although the station is where we'll get the taxi when we go to the National History Museum. We're going to see the dinosaurs one day.
Yay!
Hey. Anyway, yes. So we'll speak again in a bit. And, yes. Yes. He's here!
Yay!
Hi, listeners. You're joined two quite full, furry people. We just had dinner. We had it in the hotel because why not? It's raining out there, and there's an eclipse apparently. Not that I think it's affecting us over here, but we would have recorded whilst we were eating, but there was music, and the copyright gods just get cross, and the YouTube gods get even more cross. But what did we have? Mateusz.
Well, there was like barbecue chicken pizza and meat fest pizza. We've also had a chicken.
It had a chicken, yeah. They were quite similar, really. A bit. The difference was perhaps a pepperoni on one and some barbecue sauce on the other. And we had to wait a long time, but it didn't matter because we were talking anyway. We weren't like super like famished. But there was a deal on, so you could have a main meal and either a side order or a dessert for £14. Most of the main meals were £14, so it was right. Your ice cream, no, you had mango sorbet, didn't you? Because we shared the pizzas.
Yes.
And you had mango sorbet, which was too sweet.
Too sweet and melted down.
Yeah, I had Knickerbocker Glory, which wasn't really like a Knickerbocker Glory. It was just like some ice cream in a bowl with maybe some biscotti biscuits, and maybe a little bit of strawberry sauce and some banana and a cherry on top. It's more like a banana split, to be honest, because my memory of a Knickerbocker Glory, well, A, it's usually served in a tall glass, and B, it's usually layered, so you have like tinned fruit, and then a bit of ice cream, and then, it was fine, yeah, it was fine. We had cocktails as well, didn't we? You had a
passion martini or something like that?
Yeah, passion fruit martini. You wanted a mojito, they didn't have any mint or something.
Pity.
I had a coffee martini or something. I was kind of expecting they usually have like a coffee bean on top or something. And I didn't get a coffee bean. They didn't really seem that prepared for people to be having dinner, to be honest, but it suited us. We might go back another night. We'll see what we're doing.
Yeah, they said they have a new cook.
Yes, they have a new cook. And the lady was nice, and she gave us some free... I see, they're actually Kit Kats. I thought they were... she gave us some hot chocolates, and then she said Kit Kats, and I thought maybe they were...
There probably are various things.
I thought because you can have like hot chocolate, but made from chocolate bar type things.
What?
Oh, don't worry. I can't explain it very well. No, but it's actual Kit Kat. We've got more snacks than we know what to do. We've still got sausage rolls and things as well. So we might try and watch something now. So we'll say goodnight for now, and we'll see you tomorrow when something else will be happening. Say goodnight, Mateusz.
Night, night.
Good night, listeners. Hi, listeners. We've just come down to breakfast. We had a pretty good night. We watched the film The Boat That Rocked, which Mateusz brought with him. We were able to watch using my computer on the actual TV screen, so that was cool. Anyway, we're down at breakfast now, and Mateusz has gone to get my breakfast for me. What wonderful service. It's getting me a bit of everything, as it were. Weather's a bit wet and windy looking outside, but don't think we're going to go too far today, probably just to look around the big shopping centre, which should have plenty of seats. We might go to the cinema, or we might not, because we can watch stuff here, so we'll see if there's anything we really want to see. Anyway, that's enough for now, quite enough for now. So I'll update you again later when we're out and about. I'm aware there's music playing, so trying to talk over it as much as possible so I don't get a copyright strike. Dear oh dear. The trials and tribulations of podcasting. If only they knew we didn't care less about their silly song. But there we go. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, silly song. I mean, nice song. I mean, oh dear. Hi listeners, apologies for the air conditioning sound. We're just about to go out. We've had our breakfast. Mateusz is here. Say hello.
Hello.
We're just going to go to the shops to find teddy bears today. We were going to go to Hamley's at one point in Regent Street, but it's a bit... I just thought it's such a big store. Not only am I probably going to need seats, and there may not be seats, it's such a big store, and Mateusz is just going to go crazy, and there's a danger he might get arrested for trying to buy all the teddy bears. Well, the thing is, he wouldn't be able to. He wouldn't be able to afford to, so maybe he'd just try and stick them under his jumper or under his hat or something. Don't know. I just thought it was a bit of a dangerous situation. I'm doing it for your own good. I'm doing it for your own good.
Okay, I know I would buy a whole shop and too much teddy bears.
Yeah.
And my suitcase is small.
Yeah. You should have got a TARDIS suitcase where you could have bigger on the inside. So we're just going to go to a smaller teddy bear shop where there's less choice. But we're both getting one. So they're cousins or brothers in different countries. So yeah, it's a whole thing, listeners. It's exciting. Sharing teddy bears with people.
Yay!
Yeah. So we're going to do it. We'll report back later. Also, there's lots of other shops and potential for food. Not that we need food at the moment, but we probably will eventually. All right. I've got to walk now, so I'll go and do that. Hi, listeners. We're in Central Court shopping centre. Not the Central Court of Wimbledon, the tennis club. It's much quieter here than it was, or at least I remember it being. And Mateusz is looking for teddy bears. He's looking in shops that look like they might have some toys, but I'm only going in if there's definitely stuff he thinks are worth looking at. So I'm being lazy and sitting out here. Was it? What was it ready? Was it? No. Mateusz has come back. The Great Smith is a no-go. We actually saw a place called The Entertainer, which is definitely a toy shop, but it's outside of the... It's quite windy today, so we wanted to come indoors. But at least we'll know on the way back to the hotel we can go in The Entertainer. But as I say, I don't think there's as many shops here as there used to be. It's all very quiet compared to how I remember it. But anyway, more reports soon. Hi listeners, we're in the pub, which I can't sure what name it is. Bertie's Bar, let's say, because there's a bar called Bertie's Bar. We're not actually in Bertie's Bar, but near the station, but there's no branding, and I'm inside it now. Actually, they're doing work on the outside of it, which makes it harder to see what it's called. We're afternoon drinking. That's what we're doing.
After all, we have whole life.
We do. I've got a Bakewell, or do they call it a cherry Bakewell? Let's get it off the menu because
It was cherry Bakewell.
It's not one I've had before. It's cherry Bakewell is Kraken blackened cherry and Madagascan vanilla. Kraken black cherry and Madagascan vanilla rum, Disaronno, which I think is amaretto, pineapple juice and soda garnished with lime. And Mateusz has got a mojito, which obviously, that's Bacardi, Carta Blanca rum, lime, mint and sea salt topped with soda. But that's quite a famous one. We tried to get it yesterday and it didn't work out. So.
Yeah, I finally got my drink.
Yeah, and we wanted...
I love classics.
Yeah. So what have we been doing? We've been teddy bear hunting. We didn't have any luck in the shopping centre, but we saw a toy shop and we went in there. And in fact, I sent Mateusz in on a
scouting
mission, and he didn't even need me to help because he came out with a bag full of things. What did you find?
Well, I bought 2 Funko Pops that are unavailable anymore in Poland, and so one of it is available, but it's over twice or even 3 times expensive than the one I bought here. So now I'm gonna just try to not squash them in my suitcase. And of course, I bought us teddy bears. We have a kids together now.
Here we do.
We are teddy bears.
Little blonde baby bears. We're having to decide what they're called. What was your theory? What was your suggestion?
Fred and George.
Fred and George. Then we have to decide, if that's what we call them, we have to decide who has Fred and who has George.
They're always mixed in Harry Potter, so it's like, I'm not Fred, I'm George. I'm just kidding, I'm a Fred.
I mean, when you come back to visit again, do we have to swap them round?
We'll see.
We'll see. We might want to attach.
Well, now it's gonna be your turn to visit me. Sorry.
Well, I think I should have Fred maybe. Just trying to think. I'm trying to think, have I got Georges in my life already? I sort of probably have. You can decide. Yeah, Fred and George is fine. We went to the world's pokiest, most squeezy McDonald's in the world ever. I mean, basically, it wasn't bear friendly. All of the seats and all of the chairs were like soldered to the ground, and so there was no room if you were.
It was super crowded.
It was super crowded. I think it's Easter holidays here, so there are lots of kids around.
I think it was the smallest McDonald's I ever visited in my life.
Yeah. It didn't used to be that small, but I think there were seats downstairs, but I didn't want to have to do the stairs with my knee, so I had to sit sideways on the table, and even then it was the table was so, because it was fixed to the ground, I couldn't, I don't know why they have to do that. They could have not had it soldered down, and then if one side needed more space and the other side didn't, you could have just, it was really uncomfortable. Well, we didn't stay as long as we might have done, because there were other things on the menu we were interested in, but it was so busy and so unpleasant and so uncomfortable.
And so full of food.
Well, I went to McDonald's in, I think I took the listeners, I went there, but I had to go to the hospital in Staines. There's a town called Staines. Bad Staines, no. And there was a McDonald's there, And it was lovely, and there was lots of space, and the tables weren't like those tables, and this wasn't. Maybe we'll find another one somewhere which we can have a better experience. We'll see. But anyway, so we're currently in the pub with no name with our cocktails, and we may go to another pub which is right opposite the hotel. I think that's pretty much our plans for today. I think ultimately we're probably going to have dinner in the hotel because it's an easy option, and you can wear shorts to the and you wear flip flops.
Yeah,
you wear flip flops to the restaurant.
I wouldn't call it a restaurant. So.
No, you could wear. You could, if you had slippers, you could have worn your slippers. You could have worn fluffy slippers to the restaurant.
Well, yesterday there was a guy in underwear, so and like top tank, so flip flops are okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're probably going to go to King's Cross for Harry Potter for Harry Potter reasons.
Yeah, I'm gonna go bankrupt.
I'm just going to sit there and drink coffee and look after the tissues if he's gone bankrupt.
After taking a pic with Polaroid.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah, we'll be doing photographic duties. And we're not sure what we'll do after that. We're going to go into Waterloo and then get the taxi to King's Cross because I don't really want to have to negotiate the underground. And then another day we're going to the Natural History Museum, and that'll be certainly taxi there, if not taxi there and back. We'll see. And then probably going to go to the Tate Modern on one of the days, maybe the last day, because you get it's free. It's free and quite interesting, and there's a really good view of a lot of the views. I'm hoping some of the taxi journeys, or maybe if we have to get a bus, we'll go past them. We were going to do one of those bus rides where you see all the views, but it's quite expensive, and the weather's not that great. You can't necessarily sit on the top deck of the bus, in which case there's not much point doing it. So we'll play it by ear. You'll be with us anyway. So. Yeah, we asked the lady to take a picture of us with the Polaroid camera, a total stranger, and she didn't do a bad job. I've just seen it. So we're going to continue with our drink, and we'll report back late. We'll report back later. Hi, listeners. Back at the hotel room. After we had our cocktail at the first pub, we went down the road to a pub that's right opposite the hotel, and we had 4 more cocktails. But they weren't the same size. They were kind of buy one, get one free, so I think there was a little ice in them. So I'm not quite sure how. But anyway, still, we had a good deal. And, we had all sorts of things. I had a wild child. You had X on the beach.
Yeah.
Well, we all had. We mixed and matched, so we got 2 of each, and so... there was a raspberry cooler.
Yeah, something called the raspberry or something like that.
Yeah, and then there was another one, but I've forgotten it. Whichever one I had.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I got my foot stuck.
It was something with pineapple juice.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Now we're back at the hotel, sort of chilling out before dinner. I'm not going to eat any of these things at the moment because I need to look at them. This is the chocolates that Mateusz brought me from Poland. It's a really heavy bag. And,
only 4 kilos.
Oh, yes, the teddy bears are here. And I'm going to keep mine. I'll keep my tag on so we know the difference. Otherwise, I know that it doesn't matter, but, Okay. I've got Kinder Choco Bonds.
I think you should have it in England, but I'm not sure.
They like this leg, chocolate eggs. They look like they're eggs.
Yeah.
Actually, what are you doing there? Oh, It's a rapper, but I thought he was expelling air.
I think it has some kind of nougat or nuts inside.
Now, this one is, how do you pronounce it? Jerzyki?
Jerzyki.
Jerzyki. We do have these in the UK, but only, I think, in supermarkets that sell Polish chocolates and things. We have the basic ones, the raisin ones, and they taste a bit like some of the chocolate bars that they used to sell that they don't sell anymore. A bit like I guess they do still sell picnic bars, perhaps. It's a bit like a mixture of a picnic bar and a Lion bar, and anyway, it's just the basic raisin flavour we have. But Mateusz has bought me different flavoured ones. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to hide away from prying eyes and prying mouths, probably. This one is a gingerbread flavoured one.
And I think those ones were limited to holidays.
Oh yeah.
Because I haven't seen them anymore.
And then I've also got
another hedgehog.
Yes, we call them hedgehogs because there's a cherry one, and there's a coconut one, and there's a raspberry one, and then we have jelly bears.
XXL package.
Yeah.
And those were actually in your original package I sent you for birthday that never came out.
Yeah.
Because it was lost in England.
So we have
Hedgehog's balls.
Hedgehog's balls, but by the same people, by Yazuki.
Yeah.
Is that hedgehog?
Close enough.
I think the cane one. Then I got coconut toffee fee. We have toffee fee over here, but I don't know we have different flavours. I don't see them.
It's also the limited edition, and I think actually they were in your original package because I remember I packed some toffee fee.
And we have Yazuki salted caramel, and Yazuki orange. Then we have cola bottles. I like
jellies.
Jellies. Then
those are Draże, and I think you won't have it because I think it's pretty much a Polish thing. This is like chocolate candies. They are ball shaped and they are super sweet and they have very intense flavor, and I think those are coconut ones. And we have 2 bags in case you like it.
I haven't got much table space in this.
Sorry.
In this room.
I have plenty of space here.
We have
krówki, and it's like cows.
Like what?
Cows.
Cows?
Yeah, little cows.
Little cows.
And
chocolate cows.
Kind of chocolate. It's like Polish something. A candy, but like caramel, coffee, something.
I have to do some taste tests. I have to do a YouTube video taste test. I've got Yazuki balls again. Is that
the same? Yeah. They are so good. I wanted to give 2 bags.
Then I've got
Szkolne. So they are called like school cookies. Szkolne means schools.
And gooseberry flavour. I like gooseberries.
Yeah, and those are the best cookies I ever had. I always, when I'm in the shop, I see them, I'm taking like 5 or 6 bags.
And then I've got creme missy, biscuits with a bear on them. And then I have
Jello snakes.
jelly snakes.
Again, XXL package.
I'm
And those were in your original pack too.
going to hide these away. Thank you so much, Mateusz.
My pleasure.
I might open some of them whilst you're here in this episode, but at the moment I might leave one of these packets out because it's a double for me. I'll open it first one. So listeners, you don't need to hear me put them all back. Listeners, you don't need to hear me put them all back in the bag, but I will do some taste tests and stuff later on, or in future episodes or videos or something. But we're probably going to just chill out for a bit. I don't know if we'll speak again today or whether we'll see. We might report back on our dinner, but we're not going too far. The place we went for the cocktails also does food, so we may go there one night. We may even see Harry, but that really isn't confirmed. So, yeah, we'll see. Because we'll be going more into central London the next 2-3 days. So, all right. And thanks again, Mateusz, and we'll talk again in a bit, listeners. Listen to some music or something. Don't just stand there. Dear, oh dear, you've got to do something. You've got to be independent, you know. Okay? All right. You'll be all right. You'll be right. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. Just do your own thing. All right. Okay. All right. Hi, listeners. It's Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Wednesday morning. We've just had breakfast. We're going to go to King's Cross for Harry Potter reasons today. We're going to get a taxi all the way there because I'm lazy. Yeah, last night we played True Pursuit on the Switch, on the TV, and we watched Pitch Perfect, the film, and well, yes, we drank a lot of cocktails in the afternoon, and we had dinner at the hotel. Mateusz had another pizza, and it was not as good as the day before. Is that right?
Yeah, it could use some more knifing.
I had a pie, and the veg was a bit like something you'd get in a hospital. Like the potato looked like it was from a packet rather than being actual potatoes, and the pie was a bit overdone, and it was fine. Didn't want to go out, so it was quite windy yesterday. And yes, we forgot to tell you that when we were taking a rest yesterday, well, mainly I was taking a rest. Mateusz gave me a big hug before I had to stand up, and a lady walking past stopped and said, "That looked like a really nice hug." And I said, "Oh, it was." And she said, "I'm quite jealous."
Envy.
Yeah, she's quite envious. That's right. Yeah, so so that's proof that Mateusz gives good hugs. So much so that passing members of the public are impressed and give him 10 out of 10. So.
Yay!
Yay! And we've got our bears were. Well, one of my bear was dancing in the night. Well, no, not in the night. When we were watching the film, it kept dancing to the music, and then it fell off the bed. But, or at least that's what I said. But, Anyway, I've got to get ready. We've got to walk to where the taxis are. And yeah, haven't got that much energy today, but there we go. It might kick in once I start moving. Okay. We'll report later, maybe from the taxi. If not from the taxi, then from King's Cross.
Sure.
Burp.
No.
I've been on this road before, not on a bus, and with Dee Dee, because, I mean, a long time ago now, but when Dee Dee was a kitten, Carlos, he wasn't in the same flat he was in when, I think, he was in the same flat that he was in when I first got Dee Dee, and for some reason it was easier because if you went by train you had to get to the place where he lived, you had to go to Clapham Junction, and then you had to go to another station, and then you had to change again and go to another station, and it was just easier to get off at Clapham Junction and get the bus to the station. I can't remember which one it was, one of the other Clapham stations, and so yeah, when Callum and I used to go away, we'd take him back to Carlos for the holidays. I don't know how many times we did it, maybe 3 or 4 times. But also like going back at Christmas, even because Callum would go home to his parents and I'd go and see my parents. So yeah, there was a few times early on when he used to go back to Carlos, and yeah, so Dee Dee's been on a bus in this part of London. He's also been on an underground, because later Carlos moved to Brixton, and the best way of that was to go on an underground train. So we go on the mainland train, then Deals is pretty well travelled. He's been on buses, he's been on trains, he's been on underground trains. Has he been in cars? He must. I'm not sure if he's been in a car, because I don't have a car, and nobody I know has a car. So that's one of the ones that's the most obvious one. But, I remember once when he was going to the vet, there were these kind of cool-looking schoolgirls, and they were like talking to one another, and suddenly when they saw him, they went from being like tough schoolgirls to being like, "Oh, pretty kid, let me take it." Dee Dee can tame even the wildest schoolgirl.
Yeah, because he's cute.
Yeah, that was back before he developed his loud meow. These days he'd be like, probably scare them off.
The train at platform 5 is the 13th.
Hi listeners, we're at King's Cross Station. Mateusz is just having a look around, trying to find the Harry Potter shop. Also, he wants his picture taken by the luggage trolley, which looks like it's going through the wall. Actually, quite a big queue. I don't know if there's somebody who'll take the picture for him, or whether he can call me over at the last minute. But anyway, I've not been to King's Cross for a long time because I haven't been travelling.
This is a safety announcement.
I mean, I was saying to
It is not permitted
Mateusz
to
that
skateboard or rollerblade within the
station looks nothing like it used to when I first used to come here. It's really been upgraded in recent years, although it's been like this a while now. But I think the last time I came here possibly was one of my trips with Callum and his mum up to Dunbar. And we haven't done that for quite a while now. But anyway, I'm keeping my eye out for Mateusz because he doesn't know where I'm sitting exactly. Okay, more in a bit. Hi listeners, Mateusz has been to the shop. He's been to the shop and spent £300 and something. He's now currently getting his McDonald's because there's no seats. I mean, I know the McDonald's of old, and there's no downstairs seats, so we're going to eat outside. Although I'm being pillaged by pigeons. Somebody had left a Pret sandwich unfinished on the seat quite close to me, and then they suddenly descended on it, and in the end I had to be a litter bug and push the sandwich on the floor away from me. There was no bin in easy. I'm minding the bags, you see, so I mean, it's bad enough at the best of times, but I'm minding the bags. I can't be minding discarded sandwiches. I mean, who discards a Pret sandwich, for goodness sake? They're delicious. So yes, and I'm being beautifully serenaded by a beautiful. I can't actually see who it is. Here. Oh, I can see. Yeah. Interesting. So you've survived the you can tell us what you bought later. You survived the main mission of our trip was King's Cross, but you weren't able to do the photo opportunity because the queue was too mad.
No, yeah, I was like, I don't want to wait in that queue, and then I saw it's like you need to get there inside to the shop after taking a picture and pay for the picture to be printed. You can just do the picture with your phone or with a Polaroid that I took especially for that picture. And when I saw the queue, I was like, no, I can't take that picture because I don't want you to stay so long till the queue go lower, and there was no sitting around. So
I don't think it used to be like that. I think you used to be able to take your own photos. I mean, I could understand if they only let you take a picture of it if it was by the exit of the shop, but if you spent money in the shop, you should be able to do the photo opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was, but who knows? Maybe if you spend enough, then it was for free or something. But I'm not sure. Maybe it was the option to take your own picture. I didn't ask. It was too crowded to even.
I don't think I've ever seen it as busy as that. I mean, I haven't been there recently, but because there must be times of the day when they're not. If you went to King's Cross station at like 8 o'clock at night, the shop wouldn't be open, and I'm sure there wouldn't be a guard waiting by it. But I'm sure you could just take what you liked.
Yeah.
All right. I look forward to hearing what you bought when we get back.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of things.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And only around half of them is for me. The biggest ones.
Very generous. Well, it should be. You've travelled all the way here.
Yeah.
Hi listeners, we're back at the hotel, safely deposited by the taxi. Mateusz is going to tell us all of what he bought. What have you got?
So here's the Hufflepuff crest bookmark.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty nice. With metal crest at the top.
Yeah.
This one I probably bring to the work. Every flavor beans.
Are these the ones where some of them taste foul, or do they all taste okay?
Yeah, they suppose. I'm not sure. I think maybe for regular people they didn't do beans with fart taste or.
Because Elena, my niece, years ago on the podcast, she had some of those funny ones, and we did a taste like what do you call?
Well, they're supposed to be funny ones, so.
Yeah. Well, the ones that Elena had was some of them were nice and some of them weren't, and we had.
Oh, there is a list. Boogie? What's the boogie?
That's what lives up your nose.
Fuck. Banana, earthworms, earwax, green apple, marshmallow, black pepper, vomit, rotten egg, soap, blueberry, sausage, sherbet, lemon? What's
sherbet lemon? That's nice compared to some of those other ones.
What's the sherbet?
It's like slightly fizzy.
Okay. Cinnamon, candy floss, grass, watermelon, dirt, tutti frutti, and cherry.
What's the last one?
Cherry.
Oh, yeah, that does sound actually very much like what Elena had.
Okay.
And we did a sort of Russian roulette with.
Okay, some pins with.
Little ties, different colour, different houses.
Yeah, pity they didn't have like 4 in the same because there's only 3 others, but.
Oh yeah, it's like the lanyard thing with the Hufflepuff with the Hufflepuff colours.
Yeah,
yellow
like
and black.
A tie.
Yeah, like a tie.
Another Hufflepuff pin.
I didn't know the Hufflepuff logo was a badger.
Yeah, and I'm pissed about it because I bought like pins with crests of other houses for my friends from work, but they didn't have a Hufflepuff ones, which
in that
is disappointing. So here's the Ravenclaw one, here's the Hogwarts one, and the Hufflepuff pin. Yeah, I took 2.
It's a shame.
There's nothing. Chocolate frog in metal case.
Yeah.
With wizard cards.
Hope it's got breathing holes for the chocolate frog.
A jumper.
That's
a
nice.
Hufflepuff jumper.
And is that the size you wanted? Because I know one of the things you didn't.
Yeah, it's XL, and I was afraid I'm gonna need like 2X, but
it's too big.
No, there wasn't.
Oh.
So I just put this one on me, and it was okay. So maybe I'm gonna lose some weight.
It's a good motivator. It was nice. You have to take a photo of that later. Oh,
it's chocolates.
Oh, chocolates.
Yeah, 4 from Slytherin, 2 from Gryffindor, 1 Hufflepuff, and 1 Ravenclaw. No, sorry, 3 Slytherins and 2 Ravenclaws. Yeah, you can see houses of my friends.
Yeah.
Only 1 yellow, and it's for me.
No.
Pity.
Well, I'm an honorary Hufflepuff. I actually did a. I'd have to listen back to that episode. She made me do some sort of. This was before I think things got rather more controversial with Madam Creator. You know who. I think I did some sort of quiz to see which one I was. So I may, although I say I'm a Hufflepuff, I may find out that I actually tested for something else. Yeah.
Well, I did those tests 20 times, and I was 14 times Gryffindor, 7 times Slytherin, once Ravenclaw, and never get a Hufflepuff. But I'm a Hufflepuff from truth.
Yeah.
So Hufflepuff cloak. It's not the best size for me because it's only L.
Yeah.
But they didn't have XL. They had 2 XLs, and I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. But it's okay. I think.
Yeah.
My belly sticks out, but
You're not wearing. It's not like you're wearing. Well, you're not. You're not like. You will have other. You will. Well, anyway.
Yeah, and I want to put the. I won't zip it, so.
No.
Oh, and there is a pocket for wand. Exactly.
That's good.
Okay, I will unzip from this because there is still few small things. Gryffindor pin. Where? Yeah. Okay, it's the 12. Yeah. Hufflepuff keychain. Magnets with like
the
logo
station,
of
the
platform.
Platform thing, yeah.
I bought 3 for and Hufflepuff pen. And that's it.
And that came to £2.72, and some other money.
£2. I wish.
No, I mean
300. Over.
Yeah, the jumper and the cape must have been pretty expensive.
Yeah, I think cape was £75, and jumper around 50 or 72. Well, I bought a replica of train tickets.
Oh, that's right, yes. Because we were hoping they'd fit in the lanyards, but unfortunately they're slightly too long.
Yeah, jumper was 55.
Oh, that's not cheap. I mean, you probably pay something similar like that if you were getting a nice jumper from Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah.
And that's a branded one, so. And it's not a thin. It's quite
it's
quite thick.
Quite thick.
I'm glad you've got some nice goodies. At least the smaller items will tuck away in your luggage.
Yeah.
And of course, the bag's all nice with
£6.
Yeah.
The lady at the cash was like, I said I need a bag. She was like, "Oh, this small gonna be okay." And I look at her, you're kidding me? And then she seen all the things I brought, and she was sorry.
Well, next up, listeners, we're going to have some dinner back at the pub where we had our second happy hour of cocktails yesterday. We'll either record there or report back. It depends on how loud their music is. And then tomorrow, we're definitely going to the Tate Modern, and there's a good viewpoint, and we're definitely seeing Harry unless something unforeseen happens. We're going to meet at the pub that we used to meet. Well, Callum and I used to meet him. Oh yes, you also got the baseball cap.
Yeah, I forget about that one because it wasn't in a bag. I was wearing it.
You put it on your head as soon as you got a chance.
True.
So yeah, we have. So our plans are coming together, and Friday will be the Natural History Museum. Anyway, yes, we'll report more later. Hi listeners, we're having dinner. We've just had burgers and pizzas, and I had some of Mateusz's pizza. How was yours?
It was full of meat.
You weren't sure if it was going to fill you up, but it did.
Yeah, because it was pretty small, but it was good pizza.
Stacked. Yeah, the cheese was pretty impressive as well. We've got cocktails again. We've got something fiery, and we've got X on the beach again from yesterday.
Passion and fire.
Passion and fire. And then the one we had a margarita one that you weren't that keen on.
The Miss Margarita.
Yeah, because it was a bit tequila-y for you, but it brought back happy memories of drinking tequila at the Popstars Club with my mate Dave back in the noughties. And we're going to have dessert. Unfortunately, they don't have the dessert I wanted, but never mind, it's fine.
Yeah.
Are you having a dessert?
I have in the same dessert as you.
Oh, chocolate brownie and ice cream.
But don't worry, they didn't have the drink I chose as first. So.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can't have it all. We can't have it all.
I can't imagine you doing
Everywhere where we going, they don't have something we want. Yesterday they didn't have a pasta for me.
They don't have quite the right size that you need for the Harry Potter clothes. Never mind. It'll all work out. Hi listeners, it's Thursday the 11th, is that right? Thursday the 11th of April, and we're on the train heading into Waterloo. We watched films last night, Pitch Perfect 2, and we had dinner. I think that's the last time we spoke to you, when we had dinner and cocktails. How did you enjoy your evening?
Oh, it was mesmerizing.
And today we had breakfast and going into Waterloo to get the taxi to the Tate Modern. I think we can go and have something to eat if we want before we go into Tate Modern. Then we can just do what we like, have coffee and look at the views, look at the art. And then we've just got to walk a little bit to meet Harry for drinks and maybe dinner. Or if not dinner with him, then we'll have dinner somewhere else. But, weather's sort of, it's dry but cloudy. It's coming into Clapham Junction. When we took the taxi yesterday, we came through Clapham Junction in the taxi, and I recognised a flat that Harry had in about 1999. It's still there. Anyway, more later. Hi listeners, we're at Waterloo. Mateusz has come to see if he can find any trinkets, souvenirs, but I really don't think there are souvenir shops at Waterloo, really. There are shops, but I don't really think there's souvenir shops. You could do with one, really. I didn't really know what to advise, but anyway, if you're talking about souvenirs, I probably want to pick up some postcards, because I rarely go away these days. I do have one or two friends and my mum who like to get a postcard from me. So, I should definitely try and do that, either at the Tate Modern or the Natural History Museum tomorrow. Anyway, I need to do the Wordle for my mum and let her know whether she's got it right or not. So I'll do that whilst Mateusz is busy. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Hopefully by next time we'll be at the actual art gallery. All right. You didn't find your souvenirs?
No, I'm gonna look for it later.
I think when we went by in the taxi yesterday, we went past all these old shops that were all boarded over, and I think that was kind of like the main area for souvenirs. I don't know where those stores have gone, though. They just closed down. I was saying to the listeners when you were gone that I really wasn't sure. Probably down Oxford Street, maybe. But Oxford Street used to be full of quite posh shops, and the last time I went down it just seemed to be full of pound shops, and it's a bit of a shame really, because it's not really worth going there anymore. Gourmet Burger Kitchen.
Okay.
That's, I would have taken you there, but we haven't. Well, there's a vague chance we could go to one tonight, but I don't even know if it's still open. Some of them have closed down. There was one very close to the pub we're going to with Harry, but I'm not sure whether it exists anymore. Hi listeners, we're in the Tate Modern. I have to say I'm not very impressed. I used to love coming here. I'm being attacked by Mateusz. I used to like it here, but all of the things that I was coming here to show Mateusz either don't exist anymore, or we've not seen any good art so far. It's seen very much the sort of cut and paste art, as I call it, stuff it looks like I could have done, which is not a good recommendation. Saw it like a mattress on a wall. I could have done that. I was hoping we could go and look at the view over St Paul's, but I can't find it anymore. It doesn't seem to. The coffee shop and gift shop that was on floor 3 or whatever doesn't seem to be there anymore. So we're going to go up to floor 10 to look at the view from there, and that's closed today, probably for a private party or something. So I'm a bit annoyed. We're currently sitting in an area where anyone can draw art, and actually it's pretty good compared to some of the stuff we've seen. Mateusz, the art on the wall drawn by the public is probably better than the stuff we've seen in the gallery, I think.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You see, it's not just me moaning, it's business. So I don't know, we'll persevere for a bit. I'm afraid we can't recommend it today though. It used to be so good here. Hi listeners, we've now left the Tate Modern. It just wasn't modern enough for us, so I'd like to say it was too modern for us, but that would suggest that it was really good. It was lots of empty space, but
at least I found Bettina picture.
Not in this, but you didn't, because this is the bit where you're we'll do that bit in a minute. Sorry, listeners. Cutting that bit. Oh, did you? Okay, we'll come back to that. So now we're looking for food. Harry isn't eating with us. We really need to eat before we meet Harry. So we're going to eat something now, and then we can decide whether we what we eat on the way back, because we've got to. Harry will probably only stay for a drink or two, and then we'll have to think about heading back. We've got the choice of Leon, Starbucks, and Wagamama's. I think we're going to go to Wagamama's, or Wagamama. Sorry, just the one mama, and maybe get a coffee from Starbucks. We've basically got about 3 hours before we meet Harry anyway, so we're not in a rush. We'll report back in a bit. Hi listeners, we've just had a late lunch. What we would have recorded when we were eating, but we thought we were going to go and sit in Starbucks afterwards, but inside was full, and outside 2 people seemed to have monopolised all of the table space because all the tables were like for. I suppose we could have just. Sometimes, if I'm in the right mood, I just go up and say, "Sorry, can I have a sit and sit on a table with a total stranger?" If it's a choice between that and having to stand up, then I'll do that. But there are plenty of other seats, so we're sitting back near the gallery again. But just trying to work out which way we're going to go next, because I can't tell whether. I know where you used to be able to walk to get round to the front of the Thames. I'm not sure that's blocked off now, so I don't know whether we have to walk the longer way around. It's hard to tell because there's trees in the way. Anyway, we went to Wagamama's and we had chicken gyoza, duck gyoza, had some calamari, had some chicken skewers, had udon noodles, pad thai, juices,
and some chicken on stick.
Chicken on a stick, yeah. Well, I did sort of mention that, but don't worry, we didn't have that twice. Yeah, it was nice. We decided to sit outside because it was a bit crowded inside and quite warm inside, and the tables were those weird tables where they've got them bolted to the floor again, so it's not very comfortable. But yeah, so we've still got over an hour and a half to kill before we're meeting Harry, but we've got a little way to wander, so we'll do a little bit of a wander, a little bit of a sit, a little bit of a wander, a little bit of a sit. Was your lunch good?
Yeah, it was okay.
He let me try most of his, and you were using chopsticks. You're an expert with chopsticks.
Yeah, kind of. I'm terrible with them, but I like using them because it's like practicing my hand.
Yeah. He was very good. At one point, he made him look like a moustache. It was very humorous. He looked like a man with a wooden moustache.
Salvador Stickly.
Yes, Salvador Dali's stick man, or something. Yeah. It's true.
Stop judging me.
I'm sorry. Listeners, we're by the Thames. We come around the other side of the Tate Modern. The Thames is really high. You can see St Paul's Cathedral and people walking over the Millennium Bridge. And what do you think of St Paul's Cathedral?
Looks nice.
Except for those, there's some cranes. I don't know that they're doing work on the cathedral. Might be doing work on the building behind it. But we're actually quite close to the Globe. What do you think? Do you know what the Globe is?
No.
It's not a globe, for a start. It's a theatre.
Okay.
It's where Shakespeare plays were first performed. I can't remember if Shakespeare was responsible for creating the Globe as well, possibly, I don't know. Seeing as nobody actually knows exactly who or what he was.
He performed that song, Stay there?
The what?
Stay, the song.
Stay?
Yeah, he performed it there.
What? The only song I know called Stay is by Shakespeare's sister. Is this a different one?
I know, I'm messing with you.
Oh, goodness. He's messing with us, listeners. He's messing with us. Oh no, we might get copyright. YouTube is going to think that we are Shakespeare's sister.
No, we are not that good.
No.
We are safe.
Hope and pray.
I love that song.
Well, that's good because Harry's favourite band ever is Shakespeare's Sisters.
Okay.
What I could do is I could take a photo of the menu.
We're in the, what's this pub called?
The Thames Side Inn.
We're in the Thames Side Inn, and Harry and I can't read the menu very well because the writing's small. So we're asking you to read the menu.
You've got to now read it.
It's an English test.
But you want a starter for what?
This is your, so you can stay in Britain thing.
No, sharers.
Oh, okay.
What is the sharers?
So there is local food like croquette, smoked Scottish salmon,
small smoked salmon, smoked Scottish salmon. Yeah.
Garlic mushrooms or...
Garlic mushrooms.
On what? Sorghum? I have no idea what this is. Lightly dusted calamari, of the time.
Calamari, super.
Yeah, we've had that one. We've already had that once.
Landlord's platter. Okay.
What's that say? What's that?
Mini chorizo.
Ooh.
Pulled duck croquettes. Boneless chicken pieces. Padron peppers and halloumi fries with a selection of dips. I guess this one is a winner.
Yeah.
Garden platter. No, it's veggie option.
I'd go with that one. What was that called?
Landlord platter.
Landlord's platter.
Landlord platter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one is actually fast.
Okay, let's
You're
do
taking
that.
advantage of me.
No, Mateusz is now officially English, and we're Polish. Although we can't even speak any Polish.
Yeah, we can always test your skills. I'm very into it.
I don't even know anything. It's really bad.
You should remember how's your birth month in Polish.
Oh, Christ. Novemberski.
Huh?
Novemberski.
No. The Polish version of November is not Novemberish. Because, there is November or something like that.
Yeah.
Polish one is listopad.
Is what?
Listopad.
Listopad? Is that right? Is that right? Harry's born
in November.
Harry's born in June. How do you say June?
What?
How do you say June? Harry's birthday's in June.
June, yes.
Czerwiec.
Go on.
June.
No. June.
Juin.
Polish months are not similar to other languages.
It doesn't sound very similar.
No. I'm trying to figure out if any of them sounds familiar, but no,
We'll know
none of them.
We'll have learned by the end of the evening, I'm sure.
No.
No. Hi listeners, we're at Waterloo Station. We've just met Harry, where you heard that, and then we had to walk back to London Bridge Station. We weren't sure if we were going to get a taxi. We didn't really see a taxi, or we saw them. They didn't really see us because it was getting dark, and we went on the Jubilee line, and we went on the most busiest train possible, thinking that all of the trains were busy, but it turned out that when we got to Waterloo, we sat down and just to recover, and 2 trains came in empty, so we just got on the wrong train. And now we're just resting before we emerge into the busyness of Waterloo Station. Was that your first trip on an underground train?
In London, yeah, but I was traveling in Warsaw and Prague with underground.
So you know how bad they are. Is this worse than what you've experienced at home?
No.
About the same?
It's okay. I was riding with crowded trains a lot, so underground, trains, bus, the same shit.
So we're going to make the next bit of the journey. We've got to get to Wimbledon again, and there may be more. There may be more reports, or there may not. I'm not sure. Anyway, wish us luck. Wish us luck. I can't tell you when I last went to the Natural History Museum. I can't pronounce it, let me tell you where I went to it.
But you have the same problem, because sometimes like, National History Museum.
I remember when we were really small school, we had a big trip up to London in a coach, and probably that's where we went.
Okay.
Yeah, because science and museums next door, but it's a bit much to do both. It's a shame that you don't have a connecting door. You can just go from one to the other. I presume they don't. Hi listeners, we're in the Natural History Museum. Another thing I've noticed is how bad a lot of these places are for people with poor mobility. I mean, I guess yesterday Tate Modern did have quite a lot of seats. It's just that a lot of it was closed. Natural History Museum is very busy, and there are loads of areas where there could be seats and there were no seats, like not any. I mean, the one thing we benefited from was that Mateusz was smoking on the way up as we came into the grounds, and a woman said, he couldn't smoke this side of the barrier, he had to smoke the other side of the barrier. And then she saw I had a stick and she said, are you going to be able to queue? Because I'd totally forgotten that you have to book a ticket. It's free, but you have to book a ticket, or otherwise you just have to queue. And we totally forgot. Well, we didn't really know when we'd better, what time we get up, what time I'd be ready, what time, how long the taxi would take. So she said, are you okay to queue? And I said, I do kind of need to sit down. It depends how long it's going to be. So she said, go in the priority lane. So Mateusz and I went in the priority lane. I said to Mateusz, I could say it was lucky we got to the front of the queue because of the stick. But actually, we probably got to the front of the queue because he was smoking, and then she saw my stick. Anyway, so it is really busy. I mean, it is the kids' holidays still, but it doesn't really explain why there aren't more seats because, anyway, I'm sitting in an exhibit called Sampling Nature, which has all the seats all in one place. I don't know if this is a chill-out area for people to eat their sandwiches, or maybe it's a teaching area, or I don't really know why it's here, but there are seats, so I'm sitting here. I might go and walk around the dinosaur bit, but I'm going to send Mateusz around first. And if there's seats, he can tell me, and I'll do it. But if it's just walk, then I won't. I like to go in the shop though, because I think there's two shops. I want to go in one of the shops because it's my friend Owen's birthday tomorrow, and I'd like to get him a little present as I'm seeing him on Sunday. So I don't know. As long as I can sit. I mean, there's a cafe. If I can find a table at the cafe, I can sit at the cafe whilst. As long as Mateusz gets to explore, that's fine. I can just sit here and meditate. Mateusz is here. He is reporting live. He survived an encounter with 3 dinosaurs. What was it like?
Crowdy.
Crowdy. Did they try and eat you?
No, I was throwing kids to the dinosaurs, so they...
yeah, the children are much more juicy and easier to... you can sort of pop them in. They're like chicken nuggets, aren't they?
Yeah, kids have more vitamins.
Yeah.
They are not eating so much fast food.
No. I wish they would feed more of these children to the dinosaurs.
Yeah, definitely. There was few places I wanted badly to do a picture, and they was like hugging the glass. I was like, take care of this. You are not alone here. Take those little grass and throw them into Tyrannosaurus or something. There are other people to take pictures.
It's a big playground for them. Everybody else doesn't matter. But the dinosaurs will get them one day. Hi listeners, we're back at the hotel, about to go out for our evening meal. It's our last meal. Well, no, it's not our last meal. We've got breakfast tomorrow, and we've got pizza at my house tomorrow. But yes, we were very lazy. We took taxis both ways, didn't we? That was so glamorous.
What for English?
No, this is normal.
Yeah, we were lazy, but it's holidays.
Yeah, and the museum was a bit too much for me, but
for me too.
Yeah. Why they couldn't have just taken the kids out and had them running around somewhere out in the open? It'd probably been a lot better than running around spoiling the day for other people. Because it's not like they were actually looking at anything there.
Yeah. Or they should just give the regular guests like cancelling headphones.
Yeah. Then you kind of need headphones so you know what's if a screaming child is coming at you at knee level. You need to be aware that you don't want to be knocked over. We came back to Wimbledon and we had cocktails in the bar across the road. Like a greatest hits tour, we had some of our favourites from previous days this week, and
and they still doesn't have the one I wanted to try.
The melon
thing.
I think there was one I would have possibly tried. I think I would have tried the elderflower one, but they didn't like that. I might have tried the coffee one, but as we were sharing that, we wouldn't have liked that. So
I would survive when I get back.
Yeah. But we're going to a kebab type place, but not. We sound like we're going to a kebab van. It's a type of restaurant which has kebabs and other things. So does that make it a Turkish restaurant? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. The name isn't very doesn't mean anything to me as far as where it might be from. But
which one? The FF?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that sounds Turkish. We had like an FF in Legnica when I was studying, and well, they had the best tortillas ever, but they were like, they didn't want to pay anymore for the license, so they switched it into some other cuisine, and they were terrible.
Then when we come back, we'll probably... Are you finished? We'll probably maybe have a game, depending on whether we've got the stamina. Well, we may have a game of Trivial Pursuit, or we may not. But we've got a film, which is it a documentary or a film documentary of Weird Al Yankovic?
It's more like biography, but like in type like the one with Freddie Mercury, like Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocketman.
Oh, somebody acting.
Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al.
So we're gonna watch that.
And there is Jack Black, so it's gonna be funny.
Mm-hmm. And when we go back to my place tomorrow, in sort of around lunchtime, and Dealey will be waiting for us with the red carpet out. So, well, either that or there'll be hairballs everywhere. We'll see. Let's be positive. Hi listeners, we're back at my flat. We skipped all the horrible travelling, but actually it didn't go too badly. And we're back at my flat, and Dealey doesn't appear to have been having a party or anything, but he has a new friend. He's instantly taken to Mateusz. He's currently standing on his face, basically. And also he liked Mateusz because Mateusz gave him a really good tickle under the chin and spoke on the head. He did come and say hello to me, but he's been far more interested in Mateusz than he is with me. What is it like, Mateusz, to make a new friend?
It's nice to have new friends.
Because you sort of both talk to one another on Skype when we've been recording, so Dealey feels instantly at home. Don't you, Deals? Deals, what's it like? Is it good? Is it nice? Deals just smiling.
He can't be bothered now.
No, he's found heaven in the shape of Mateusz. I've got to put some washing on and order a pizza and things, so I've only got one hand free, so I probably need to do that. So we'll talk to you again in a bit, but we are sadly coming towards the end of this episode, but we'll won't say goodbye quite yet though, so...
Do not speak like that because I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, we don't make Mateusz cry, or me. Alright, more in a bit. Hi listeners, we've been planning on doing this all holiday, and it's come down to doing it at the end of the holiday. And Mateusz is known for his bow ties. When he goes to work, he often wears a bow tie and posts it on Facebook. And he wanted to see what I look like with bow ties on. So, what have you got?
I bring almost all of mine, so there will be plenty of them to try.
So I've got a shirt on for a change, and this is a
Red polka dot
yeah.
thing. No. Come on. Oop, I almost broke it.
No.
Yeah, that one is pretty ancient. Oh, I almost there.
I'm not sure if the shirt colour goes with... The shirt is blue squares, and now I've got a red polka dot. Careful.
Yeah, you look good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, rainbow one will be too small.
Yeah.
So, check your next.
Got a choice of pink. Is that
Lime.
lime or orange? Maybe lime.
Maybe lime.
I know that's one of your favourite colours.
Yeah, true. Believe the tea.
Not sure I've ever worn a bow tie. I'm not even sure I've had to wear a bow tie even at a wedding. What made you
Hercule Poirot. Well, nope.
to
It was hard.
I've got too much of a fat neck, listeners. At least I've got one of them on anyway.
Yeah.
Is it dark blue and pink?
No, it's
spots.
Purple with
Purple with
orange
pink.
dots.
Oh, it's orange.
Yeah. Not in the lighting. You can do it. I believe in you.
Good.
You can do it. Whoa. Nope.
Oh my goodness, listeners! I'm a failure at neckties.
You're not a failure.
I'm no Matt Smith.
That's why you are not wearing bow ties.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had one. There's always something.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't have the right size neck.
No apologies needed. Just want to steal your underwear by accident.
We had success with one, but well, you'll know next time. Are there bigger bow ties? I mean, I know you don't have them.
The ones you have to tie on your own.
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
That's too complicated.
Even for me.
Well, listeners, that's almost all we've got time for on this episode today. As I said at the start, this has been the diary, the actual diary of what happened. So, yes. Well, we're currently back at my flat. As I've already said, we're dealing with a cat who is, he's been very accepting of you, don't you think, Mateusz?
Yeah, mostly cats hate me and I hate cats, but Dilly is exceptional. It's such a cuddler.
There were some nice photos of you with him.
And since I only came, he was ignoring you and he was attracted to me. He was meowing to me and wanted to be petted.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, dear. We'll have a word about that later. No, we won't. Fine. You're fine. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. He's a good boy. So, it's just Jules and I. All next week, gonna have cat getty parties. Woohoo! Anyway, we are going to say goodbye for now. But obviously, you're always around this place. This was a bit different because, I know, this is the real diary, isn't it? No, this is the first time you've ever been here. So
Yeah.
what? Oh gosh, my life's so confusing.
Tell me more.
But is the flat anything like you imagined it would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, just as untidy and covered in cat hair. Yay! Well, hopefully you're back again, and
or you can come to me.
Yeah, if my legs don't fall off, that would be nice.
They won't. I can always piggyback you. once because I'm gonna die. But
Did you hear that? Do you have any favourite bits of the trip?
The beginning when I met you.
And the surprise.
Yeah. That didn't come as I planned.
That nearly killed you too.
Yeah.
How
about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, as I've said about travelling and meeting people, it's the people that are important, or the person you're meeting that's important. Because there are quite a lot of tiring bits for me, but I think I managed a lot. But you don't really think about that, you just think about the fun you're having
But I'm asking you about your favorite bit.
Favourite bit of you? This is a family show.
Not me. The trip.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
You know, there were bits that were kind of you could say, well, that meal wasn't very good, but
no.
it didn't. It didn't spoil the. It's like when we went to that first night and they took ages with the meal, and she kept apologising, and we weren't bothered because we were like chatting anyway, and we'd have been chatting.
Yeah.
So
we were mad because she was stopping us from talking. Yeah. We didn't mind about food.
I think just being with you, and I guess the cocktails in that bar across from the hotel was always a fun location.
Yeah, because of my faces when I was drinking something bitter.
Yeah, it was just being with you because things didn't always work out with what I planned for us to do if we hadn't have been getting on so well. You know, like the Tate Modern being a disappointment, the Natural History Museum being a disappointment. The taxi rides were fun.
Yeah.
But I think I enjoyed as far as things we did, not the company. I probably just enjoyed driving around London in a taxi and feeling quite sort of that was a bit of a treat. Sorry, what did you say?
Like a regal.
Yeah. I probably enjoyed. You know, we went all the way to King's Cross for your shopping. I mean, that was sort of, at least that was sort of successful for you. But again, they didn't have the right sizes, which is disappointing.
Yeah, there was queue for photos. They didn't have like a pin of my house where they had every other house, but not mine. They had just like something like keychain, but it wasn't even like there was a writing that is Hufflepuff, but it was like hourglass, so it didn't even indicate it's related to any houses. So I was like, what the hell?
I think I'd give the company 10 out of 10. I'm
giving 100 on 10.
You can't. Well, I am too then. I'd give the pub opposite the hotel, like, you know, the food was pretty much good. The drinks were pretty much good. That was. I give McDonald's very low points, not for the food, but for making the seats very uncomfortable and really fat shaming anybody who's over a skinny level.
Yeah.
I mean, London itself doesn't come out very well from this, or the tourist board. Not enough places to sit.
Yeah.
Not thinking about people who are, you know, I'm not even disabled. I have mobility issues. I just need to rest, and I think there's lots of people. I mean, older people are going to want to rest, and you never know how far somebody has walked to get to the point where there could be a chair.
Yeah.
You know,
Wimbledon was pretty nice with their shows.
Yeah, we
could sit everywhere.
Yeah, we worked out a plan, a sort of a route, didn't we?
Yeah, only first route to the hotel was a pain because there was no seats in that way, which was the fastest way.
But there were plenty of places where there could have been seats and there weren't seats, and the underground being, you know, one of them. By the time you've and also other tourists kind of ignoring the fact that somebody's just come on the underground with a stick and looks exhausted, and nobody really made any effort to get out of the way or to offer me a seat. You kind of know that 75% of people are shit, and
luckily not us.
Luckily not us, and also that places just there to make money. I mean, the Natural History Museum, you if you don't have a ticket, you would have to queue, and then once you got in, you might like to sit. There were no obvious seats anywhere when you walk in the door. I mean, what if you had coats and hats because it'd been raining? You might want to just stop and put your bags down and take your coat off. But there was nowhere to sit. I mean, we were only lucky that we got in ahead because of how we said with that story. You were smoking and she saw you and told you off in a nice way, and then so I had a stick and said, "Oh, you go in the priority thing." So that was good of them, but I still, but it was that's the entrance to that museum is only it would be fine if someone was pushing you in a wheelchair, but if you're not that as disabled as that, it was still a long slope, all uphill.
Even longer because you had to circle whole the regular queue.
Yeah. So I still needed to sit down when I got in, and then it was quite a hunt to find somewhere to sit. And when I found it was also an area where where they were letting kids run around screaming.
Yeah.
It wasn't a nice quiet place where you might want to just sit and chat and chill. And as a result, we didn't spend half as long in there as we would have done because we just got tired of the screaming.
Yeah, I was overstimulated with noises.
Yeah,
screaming.
I mean, at least you got to see more than I did in both Tate Modern and the Natural History Museum. But it was disappointing that the thing that I was taking us to, I thought we'd go to the Tate Modern because it's got a really good view, and only to find that, well, I mean, I hadn't been there a long time, so, but
everything was closed.
Things were either closed or no longer existed. I probably would have spent more money. Maybe we'd have stopped for a coffee, or maybe we could spent more money in the shop if we hadn't been wandering around thinking, well, when is there going to be, well, we can't go up the tower, so that's instantly disappointing. And they sort of need to arrange arrange you with things that grab you.
Yeah.
But you found a better gallery around the corner from one where we walked in, not particularly. We walked into this particular gallery, nothing particularly special. So we could go left or right, and we went left, and there were some mirrors, and
a mattress on the wall.
And it was okay, and I but after that point, no seats. The only seats were for the people. There was one gallery we went in where there was a seat where most galleries do have seats so that people can sit and look. But that wasn't the case so much in some of the galleries in the Tate, and we'd gone to the other gallery, walked a bit, and I just said, "Oh, if you want to go and look at the rest, I'll just go and sit down." I wish it was just unfortunate. We picking left and right, we picked right, and that wasn't so good. But you went left after I'd sat down. And actually, there was some quite interesting pictures. But really, they need to be putting really good stuff at the front of the gallery so it draws you in. If the stuff that's just in the doorway is... Because that first one we went into, there was just writing on the wall.
Yeah. I wasn't even sure.
And I was like...
It's like slogans because, or...
what's the point of this?
Yeah.
And I said, "Would you go and look around the corner and see if there's anything that looks worth seeing?" Because I'm not. Whereas I would have just walked around without even thinking about it. Now I'm not prepared to walk around unless it's worth seeing. and you went and looked in the 3 different exits and sort of shrugged and said, I don't really see much of it.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm happy we have our teddy bear babies.
Yeah, that was good. And also, well, going back to the Tate, that I really enjoyed that meal we had at Wagamama.
It was okay, but I think pad thai is not... I mean, I could use more chicken, less shrimps, and definitely not the rice pasta, or maybe like Chinese pasta or regular pasta, because, well, rice pasta is not my gig.
I think more than anything, I enjoyed it because that was when the weather sort of turned for the better. And it was nice to sit out. And I enjoyed, and I'm really glad you got to meet Harry. And that was fun, and
yeah,
that was quite good, that food platter we had.
Yeah, the chorizo was great, and the halloumi, and everything on that plate was great. I even wanted to order a second one.
Yeah. It was very tempting, but I knew that Harry wouldn't be able to help us with it because he has to kind of watch.
I wouldn't mind. I would eat whole.
I was still a bit full well, the thing is, I had what I ordered, but I also had bits that you were giving me as well, so perhaps we should have got a second one.
Yeah, I was hungry at that moment.
We could have...
the most disappointing meal we had was yesterday's kebab.
They sort of turned us away.
Yeah.
They said I made me even wonder whether they thought we weren't dressed up, because it was the end of a day. We didn't want to dress up. We just, people don't dress up to go to restaurants anymore. It wasn't somewhere posh.
And kebab restaurant, what the hell?
I almost felt...
It was like super... Oh, we are a restaurant. Oh, you didn't book your seat. Oh, we packed
really
this Friday.
Yeah, really didn't think that we'd be needing to.
We are super expensive.
Down a side street in Wimbledon. It's not in the main. It's not in the centre of Wimbledon. I think. I don't know that pub that we went to and enjoyed going to never got particularly busy because it's not in the most obvious. It's not in the most obvious road unless you happen to be staying at that hotel. But I mean, that burger was good we had last night.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Triple threat.
So, I mean, we had a really good time, but London needs to get its act together.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like it's still the pandemic. They must have taken... You can see where there were seats. I've said this before. You can see where there were seats or benches or places. They took them away during the pandemic. They didn't want to encourage people. But now they need to bring them back because things are I know people still get COVID, but effectively, and certainly they want to encourage that tourism is back to normal sort of thing. So they need to also think about how if a family goes for a day trip, they might be bringing older relatives or people who have mobility issues, and it makes a difference if great auntie so and so can't find somewhere to sit, then maybe they won't even go in and maybe they won't spend any money. So it affects them even if they don't realise it affects them. But anyway, well... I
wish I could stay longer.
I wish you could stay longer, particularly as I've got this flat to myself. We're dealing this next week. You could have stayed here and it wouldn't... you could have had a second week really, really cheap. I didn't know when we booked this that was going to be the situation. So anyway, well...
And I'm out of money already.
We wouldn't have needed that much just staying here. I don't doubt we'd have gone very far.
But feeding 2 birds is expensive.
Yeah, well. Yeah. But
you can be my sugar daddy for next week if I stay here.
Yeah. Well, listeners, we do have to say goodbye, but the bit after the end theme music, it might be we don't quite know yet. It might be a mixture of WhatsApp messages that Mateusz records when he's got a long wait at the airport, and he's got to travel back to the airport, and but also we'll probably talk to him on Skype or Zoom or something to ask how his journey was. So that's what's coming up next before we completely end the episode. But anyway, thank you for listening, and Mateusz will be back, if not in person immediately, but he'll certainly be back in lots of other forms, and we've got lots of episodes in the can that we've recorded before this chat, but which will come out after this chat, because I'm going to fast track this one to come out relatively soon after it actually happened. So, okay, well, say goodbye to the listeners.
Bye-bye.
And, Dealey's here. Dealey loves being, like, part of the gang. I think that's probably why he likes to be included, don't you, James? Even though he's fallen asleep. All right. Okay, bye-bye for now. Take care, and speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Mateusz, how are you? Are you back?
I'm fine, still feel jet lagged because of the not sleeping, because of waiting on my plane whole night on the airport.
Yeah, how did that go? We did message for quite a while, but because I said goodbye to you at well, I didn't go up to the station because a lot of steps for me. But yeah, you went off at the station and it all went smoothly into Waterloo.
Sure.
Is that right? Yeah, and then you found the taxis okay. Oh, didn't you say there was no taxis when you first got there?
Yeah, there was like one taxi that took some people and then there were no taxis, so I was like, okay, I'm going somewhere else. But I was hesitated, so I was going back to that taxi stop and went back again. So I was circling around because I was like, maybe I take an Uber, but I can't find a place I can order an Uber too. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait. And then 2 taxis arrived, so I took one.
Yeah, it's probably just unlucky that they're all going somewhere, but they probably, well, when it's central London, they're probably not going that far. And then you were you got the taxi to Liverpool Street, and you were getting some. Did you get your McDonald's?
Yeah, I get my McDonald's, but the McDonald's was super crowded. I haven't think that it was Saturday night, so it was fully packed, with loud and drunk people. And when I ordered, I didn't get my receipt, so I had to prove that that is my order, and they asked me what is in, and I was like, damn it, I don't know the names of the burgers I ordered because the English names are so different from Polish. I took like double quarter something burger, which in Poland is double McRoyal.
I think they might have used McRoyal at one point over here, but they probably dropped some of these brandings and things. Then you got what sort of time? Did you get the penultimate train or to Stansted?
It was like 11:25 my train departure, and I was lucky this time because the internet was working in the train. Because when I was going from Stansted, then the internet didn't work, or I wasn't able to connect with something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, sometimes the internet on the train isn't very good anyway. Sometimes I find it's easier just to not have to turn the internet off and use your own internet. But obviously, in your case, it's a bit different because you're overseas. But how busy was that train?
Yeah, I was able to play my games on phone whole way, so that was good.
And then. What did you do to kill the time at the airport? You had to wait for quite a long time before you could even put your baggage.
Yeah,
through?
I was on the airport shortly after midnight, and departures were closed, so I was circling around mostly outside and smoking and killing time and smoking more and circling to the toilet back. So I was making a lot of steps that night. I bought some energy drink in the shop because I was like, I'm gonna die if I don't get any energy. Then I get some Lucozade, which is now my favorite drink, but unfortunately it's unavailable in Poland, so I need to wait till I visit you again, or when you're gonna come to me, I'll ask you to bring whole suitcase of Lucozade.
And then didn't you have to repack stuff?
Yeah, I forget about it because there was like scale on the airport after they opened the departure. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put my suitcase there and check if it's not over 20 kilos, and it was like 20.1. And I was like, no, what? How it happened when I was using my very cheap handheld scale at your place? It was saying like 18.6, so I was pretty sure it's going to be okay. So I had to unfoil my suitcase on the airport, took all the dirty laundry and my Hufflepuff jumper. I put everything in my backpack, and I couldn't fit my Nintendo Switch again to my backpack. But then I was like, wait, I had a jumper and it's getting cold outside. Okay, I'll just put it on me so I could put back my Switch in the backpack.
And yeah, because I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought it was. I mean, you didn't. You just kind of picked that suitcase up and did the stairs. You weren't. It wasn't like I never felt how heavy your suitcase was, but it wasn't so heavy that you couldn't pick it up and walk up the stairs with it. So you were just very.
Hard to pick it up.
You just gave a very good impression of somebody who was having no trouble with that suitcase whatsoever. When we came down the stairs, when we arrived, I was kind of worried about it being too heavy, but you were shooting off down those stairs. And then when I saw you leave, I watched you go past the window just to make sure I knew you had taken the right stairs, and at least I could see that you were going in the right direction, and you were dong.
I wanted to go with my suitcase as fast as possible, go and up and go down, because it was heavy, so I was just running with it to not get too tired with that.
I gotta go now! Bye!
I want to go with you!
Gotta go! Bye!
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Goodbye. Yes, goodbye.
Wow, really? No kidding.
Thank you, darling, and you too. Bye-bye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear, what's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice.
We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
That is so cringe, oh my god. You're a man of culture as well.
Flight was okay, kinda. In my row there was like a lady with a baby, and it was like really baby, like under the 1 year old. And the lady that was sitting next to me, petting that child for the whole night. For the whole flight. And behind me there was another
to be taking a baby on a flight.
Yeah, and behind me was another baby which was kicking my chair all the night, and I couldn't sleep proper in the plane. And well, my music didn't help me with sleeping. So
sometimes I've been on planes and people have tried to recline their seats, which I don't think there should be a reclining seat, because what if the person behind you doesn't want to recline their seat, and you're like reclining into their lap almost. So if anyone tries to while I'm on a plane, if anyone tries to recline their seat, I wedge my hands like against the back of the chair, so they're doing it and nothing's happening because I'm holding the chair up until they give up. because I'm like, I never have enough room. With the tables aren't that big, and the last thing I want is less room. You don't have to recline. You can just close. You can sit up straight and close your eyes, love. You don't have to recline into my lap. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think it's impossible to recline the chairs in the Ryanair airplanes.
Yeah, I don't know why they would allow it, because it reduces the amount of room that the person, and not everybody wants to sit. If you're, depending on what you're doing, you don't necessarily want to be reclining your own chair back.
Yeah.
So when you got to Poland, did you get an Uber or what did you do?
I took a bus, but the first one trolled me because it was standing at the end of the bus stop, and it haven't its number turned on displayer. So I was like, no, it's not my bus, and there's plenty of people waiting here, so we are waiting for probably the same bus. And then he turned on his number and just went off and departed without taking anyone. So I was super pissed because I had to wait just another half an hour for next bus, and I was already super worn off back then.
Yeah, because what time are we now? It's not like it's early at this point. It's like, what time of day is it? 10 o'clock or?
Yeah, that was after 10 or even 11 in Poland.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
I was awake over 24 hours now. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got back safe anyway.
I'm not. I would prefer to stay.
Yeah, well, we wanted you to stay as well. Both Delia and I say so. No big deals. But anyway, we had a great adventure, and we'll have another one soon, and we'll be speaking to you on the show soon again. So I think it's time to say goodbye. So let's say goodbye. Goodbye, listeners.
Bye bye.
That was a whopper.
Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. Purr, purr, kitty, kitty, kitty. Oh, I love Dee. This is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Well, gotta tell you, I didn't expect that.
What the hell just happened on this show? I mean, seriously, reverse it, because I lost. What's going on? What happened?
I wish that I was just to come and eat some more of these children immediately.
Et voilà.